I'm smiling because I'm thinking of one of my favorite narcissists. Often narcissists have many sides that are very likely. I'll probably come back to that later in this talk. Sides that are very likable. So this fellow, who is now, I would say, a reformed former narcissist, he learned a lot in therapy and grew enormously. In any case, as he was looking back on how he used to be in his relationship with his wife, he had a wonderful observation. He said, "Oh, I get it. I've always gone through life as if I'm a great knight sitting on a large white steed with shining armor. I trot through the town. I pause here and there. When I pause with the important things, from the important things that I'm doing, I notice sometimes there's some little people down by my feet. They're making noises. I can kind of hear that they're making noises, saying something. But that doesn't bother me. I don't really pay attention. I may look like I'm honoring them with my attention, and then I trot on down to the next place I'm going." What's your reaction to that image? Would you want to be partnered in any way with someone who pays that little attention to others? His image was wonderful. It did validate much of the DSM-3 specs for narcissism, the sense of grandiosity, I'm so special, etc. What that image, though, clarifies further, and what this fellow understood, was the listening disorder. He could barely hear even that other people were talking, never mind feel like he should really pay attention to what they're saying. That, for me, is the sine qua non of narcissism, a listening disorder. And by disorder, it's a funny kind of disorder. Why is it funny? It's sometimes there and sometimes not. They have selective deafness. So if someone is really diagnosably narcissistic, when they're at work speaking with the higher ups in the company, they listen. They listen in order to impress the manager, or they listen to make sure they understand what needs to be done so that they will shine and get a raise. You hear there's a kind of an ulterior motive. Narcissists tend to be highly sensitive to who's up and who's down. They can turn up the volume. I have hearing aids, so I know what that's like, where you turn up the volume when you really want to hear, for instance, children with soft voices. So they turn up the volume, not for the children necessarily, but for people who are higher status or higher power than them. They also will turn up the volume when they want to be charming or seductive. So they can sometimes appear normal or even like an extraordinarily attentive listener. It's just intermittent and selectively turn on.